All right, guys, we gotta have a really important talk. On Friday, April 25th at 9 a.m., my brand new album, Proud to Be a Problem, is dropping exclusively at hangovergang.com. This is my first solo album in almost 3 years, and it was a hell of a journey to get to this moment. Now, over the years, you've probably built up an image in your head of what to expect when I give you a new album. So I'm just warning you right now, throw those expectations out the window. Over the past few years, I think that we've had a lot of fun together. I made songs with Roseanne, and I made songs with Ben Shapiro, and I made some of the most viral music that I've ever made in my life. But as fun and as big and as crazy as it's been, I feel like it's been missing something. Me. You see, people know what they want from me, and I know what people want from me. So in an effort to make everybody happy and give everybody what they wanted, I ended up making myself very unhappy. It's like somewhere along the way, I just lost sight of what was most important, and that's just to be myself and not just be the guy who breaks the internet all the time. It's 23 songs about addiction and heartbreak and going against the system and love and depression and anxiety and loneliness and success and defeat and never giving up even in the face of that defeat. There's no clickbait, there's no gimmicks, there's no writers, there's no Hollywood bullshit. This album isn't me doing anything for anyone. This album is me doing something for myself. It's me saying exactly what I want to say, exactly how I want to say it, and not worrying about how anybody else is going to feel about it. I stopped going to therapy years ago because I was tired of getting feedback from people on things that only I could understand. But this album was therapy for me. I literally had to make this album. If I didn't make this album, I would be retired right now. Seriously. Because after years and years and years of doing this, I'm tired. Like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. This album isn't me picking my tired ass up off the ground and dragging myself across the finish line. This album is me picking myself up off the ground and dragging myself back to the beginning. For years, I tried to push the envelope song after song after song after song after song, and I said crazier and crazier and crazier things, and we shot bigger and bigger and bigger videos, and we used wilder and wilder and wilder CGI, and I loved it. But it's only part of who I am. I am very aware of how the world sees me. They think I'm just the crazy guy with the face tattoos and the piercings and the braids who has really offensive opinions about the world. The world doesn't like me very much, and that's fine because I don't like them very much either. And I am that guy. I own that. But there is a lot more to me than the judgment the world has passed and the things people say. And this new album is going to show the world parts of me that they have never seen before. When people hear this album, I don't want them to think they have me figured out. When people hear this album, I want them to know who I am. I mean, when's the last time you really knew an artist? Because a lot of artists don't even tell their own story anymore. They don't speak from the heart, and they don't share their real opinions about life. They're afraid of showing the world who they are. They're scared to wipe off the makeup and take off the chains and put away the crazy outfits because they're too concerned with what's going to make them popular. Or maybe they're just so terrified of being unpopular that they bury themselves under millions of layers of marketability. Artists have become horrified with how the world is going to react if they show the world who they really are. They're scared of what the world is going to say about them. And that is the wall that I wanted to break down with this new album. I've had people threaten my life and harass my family and try to tear me down for years. I've got used to folks saying the most horrible things that you can imagine about me. And it happens so frequently that it's just lost its effect. They can't hurt me anymore. They've already done everything that they can do, and it didn't work. That is the place this album comes from. This new album on April 25th is fearless because I have nothing to be afraid of anymore. So with this new album, I felt invincible. I can say whatever the fuck I want, and I'm not worried about the repercussions. I can give you pieces of me that I never thought I'd be comfortable with giving you, and I'm not worried about the fallout. I made a promise to myself when I started making this album. I don't care what's marketable. I don't care what will get me the approval of the masses. I don't care what will gain me popularity. I don't care what will get me fans or make me lose fans. I don't care what will generate more clicks. I don't care what will get more views. All I cared about was making the most authentic album possible. I don't want people to just see the controversy. I want people to see the man behind it. And the man behind it never wanted to be famous. He never needed his face on TV or up on a billboard or in a magazine. And before all of the number ones and the billions of views and the interviews and the spotlights and all that, he was just a dude who had a lot of problems and made music to let other people know that they weren't alone in their problems. And guess what? I'm still that dude. I didn't outgrow my problems. I didn't defeat addiction. I didn't conquer my mental illness. Money didn't make my problems go away, and fame didn't make me feel any better. I just got really good at ignoring the things that didn't make me feel good. And I started listening to my head and not my heart. On this new album, I'm not listening to my head anymore. I am only listening to my heart. I spent a long time in poverty. I spent most of my life with absolutely nothing. And when you spend your whole life losing, it is really difficult to focus on anything other than winning after you get a taste of it. And that's what I've done for years. But I don't care if this album is a winner. I just want it to be the most honest look at who I am as I can possibly give you. Behind the crazy face tattoos and the piercings and the braids and the grills and the viral songs, I want you to know the man behind the music. This album is essentially an autobiography. They say that the front windshield is bigger than the rear view mirror for a reason, because it's more important to look ahead than it is to look back. And while I believe that to be true, it can also be a very dangerous way to live your life, because sometimes you get so focused on what's in front of you that you forget about where you're going entirely. And you know what's even more important than the front windshield and the rear view mirror? Directions. Because you can spend your whole life racing down a road at top speed and still never get where you wanted to go. Sometimes you gotta stop and make sure you're on the right road. This new album on April 25th, this is the right road. Or maybe it's not, but it's a different road, and it's a road that I need to travel. And I hope you all decide to ride with me. I've made a lot of albums for a lot of people. I made this album for me. I've always felt like there's so many folks who never get heard. There's so many people who don't have a voice in this world. And for years and years and years and years, I've tried to speak for them. On this album, I needed to speak for myself this time. And I hope you hear your voices in my own. On April 25th at 9 a.m., I am releasing the greatest collection of 23 songs that I have ever created in my entire life. The only place on planet Earth you'll be able to find it is www.hangovergang.com. I've thought about retiring a million times over the past few years, and with how good I feel about this album, I could walk away after this one. Don't worry, I'm not going to. Because this album isn't the end of anything. It's the beginning of something incredibly special. It's the beginning of recapturing what I think was missing. Me. I haven't dropped a solo album in almost 3 years, and usually when I drop a solo album, I drop 2 at once. I'm not doing that this time. I'm dropping 1 album, and that's it. And all the energy and time and passion and blood and sweat and tears that is typically split between 2 projects all went in to this 1 album. I've been told my entire life that I'm a problem. I have tried to fix myself more times than I care to remember. But I've finally reached a place in my life where I'm not trying to fix myself anymore. I'm proud to be a problem. And I know there's millions of problems out there who feel just like me. Be at hangovergang.com, 9 a.m. sharp on Friday, April 25th. My albums sell out every year, and this one, I promise you, this is my first solo album in 3 years. This one's gonna be gone quick. Trust me, you do not want to miss this one. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart. I cannot wait for you to experience this album. I cannot wait to hear what you think, and I can't wait for you to get to know me. It's Hangover Gang forever. Love you guys.